down below.
There we go. Now let's go, Spirit. Let's go. What's going
Greetings,
on,
everyone. What's going on? Well, welcome to Andromeda 7 Celestial Gateway. Apologize for the delay, but this is your program for community, friendship, unconditional love, and support. And we're so happy that you could join us tonight for Nicholas and Jasmine's excellent adventures. They're back from their cruise. They're going to share some cruise stories and photos with us. So we just thought it would be great to have an easy, more relaxing evening before the holiday weekend next weekend. And our illustrious executive producer and hostess, Laurie, is unable to be with us this evening. She sends her love. And she's sitting somewhere getting her tires, getting brand new tires put on her car. So.
Love you, lady. Love you.
Hanging out in the mechanic shop. Probably giving everybody a lesson in love and some friendship herself, you know?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So Sophia and I are stepping in, and Sophia's our lovely co-host tonight, and I'm going to act as your host as best as I can. Hostess with the mostest.
That's right.
We both are
here first.
Nah. So, Sophia, would you like to do the chat room call out? And
yes.
Not everybody? Good.
Let's see from the top. Mary Wins, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in to touch base with these excellent adventures. Scotty boy, what's going on, brother? It's been a minute. Much love to you, brother. Let's see what else we got going on here. Scrolling. Elderberry, hello, sir. Good to see ya. Chloe, yay! I was hoping you were going to pop in. Good to see you. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Steve. Chloe, thank you. Good to see you. Excellent. Yeah. All right. And Elizabeth Bauer, what's going on, girlfriend? Good to see you. What else? I think... Mary Mansfield, Lucky Stone, here comes the crew, shoulder to shoulder. Afternoon, good evening, everybody. And I believe...
we got my squirrel buddy in there, Elderberry.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So we're rolling about 8-9 deep. Excellent. My pleasure.
Awesome. So... what we're going to do here is that we're going to have a little bit of time at the end, and we're just going to have an organic flow this evening and hear about their adventures on their cruise, see some pictures, and at the end we'll have time for announcements because Sophia's got some classes coming up she can tell you about.
I do.
And alrighty then. Brian, do you have anything you'd like to say before we get started?
Oh, no, I'm looking forward to hearing how their adventure went.
All right, and we had your daughter's having a birthday this weekend, is she not?
Yes, she is 35.
Happy birthday! I love
All
that.
All right, you told her age. Never tell a woman's age. Don't you know any better?
Oh, she's still young.
Oh my goodness!
She's 28 forever. Don't forget it.
That's right. Till they know it's a lie.
All right, Jazz, Nick, you had what? 7 days on a cruise ship last week? When did you get back?
We got back on Sunday.
Oh, has it been? You've been back that long? Okay.
Yeah, we just decided to get caught up on some things on the house.
That and we got the Reiki 3 certifications, so we were going through the jet lag with that.
That's right, folks. Every member of this panel, except for me and Laurie, are now officially Reiki masters.
Yeah.
Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Thank
we
you.
are so honored. Yeah, to have on our team such a great group of healers and practitioners. And you all have so many gifts and talents in multiple ways. You know,
that's the picture of our class. If you want to share that.
Yes,
do it.
Yes. Alrighty. Hang on.
There were 7
there it
of us. Yeah,
7.
There's Dad. There's Jim.
There they are. There's
nice.
Jim. Isn't that cool?
That's the classroom at all my relations.
I don't
Yep.
see Heather in there. Just
She
Jim.
took the picture.
Yeah, I took pictures.
Oh, Heather was taking the picture.
Yeah,
There's you and
the teacher with all the students.
Nick
Basically.
over there on the right. There. Yeah.
Yep.
There's Sophia with her little face.
And no makeup. Yeah.
Brian. Yeah. Well, that looks like a mighty fine class.
It is.
It is. Good
Yeah, well,
healers there.
Congratulations. I think that's fantastic. And yeah, we're very fortunate on this program to have you all as regular panelists because you all bring a different gift or a talent to the situation, to the table. Your experiences and I've seen some of that craftsmanship. You're sitting there in your cabin and you helped build that cabin, didn't you, Brian, with your brothers and
Yep.
your father? So you've got construction trade background and the builder. Aren't you a master 22 or is it 23 or
33.
33?
Yep.
Well,
Sophia's an 11.
Yep. So I am too. I'm an 11. Laurie's our number 1.
Yeah.
Go Team Leo.
Yeah. And
All right.
Delabor.
Well.
Delabor was
All right.
11.
So Delabor was. Yeah, that's right.
He was an 11. So that one time there was 4, what they call the master numbers on the panel.
Yeah. Yep. Excuse me, folks, if I ghost in and out. I'm in my dining room. My whole house is upside down, getting ready for a move, and so I keep relocating to different locations for setting up my. If you could see what was behind me, you'd be like, "What?" Be like something out of the Nightmare from Elm Street.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
So tell us all about your cruise and how did that go?
Okay, I don't even know where to start, but it was great. This is my second cruise. I love cruises just because it's you don't have to cook, you don't have to clean. I know that sounds bad, but like if you want a true vacation, that's like you don't have to overexert on anything. But yeah, if you want to, I can show the pictures if you want to do that.
Oh, absolutely. I like the airplane where you're stuffed into the airplane, and then I like that first picture you showed. He's showing us the view out the window of a restaurant. You're sitting there stuffing your face with like 20 different kinds of food.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah. He did. He's so bad.
I was out there.
That's the thing I remember the most from cruising. You never stop eating from the minute you get onto the ship till the time you get off.
Yeah.
All right, so I have to add these.
There you go. That's
All
one
right.
picture.
Was this one my first airplane ride?
Yeah, this is the first time.
Oh,
I sat
man.
next to this guy, and I was like, "It's his first airplane ride," and the guy's like, "Oh, let me take a picture."
Man,
He's
Awkward.
got his nose up to the glass there. There you go. I like that picture.
nah, that stuff was crazy. We got super lucky because it was like a couple hours after our flight. They closed all the flights down because of the storms.
Yeah, we left right before the storm hit.
Yeah.
Indiana.
So. Yeah. So for my first takeoff, I didn't shut the window. I wanted to look at all of it. So my first takeoff, it was all stormy and windy, rainy, and like I was seeing the friction in the clouds. It was flashing red. So I thought that was neat.
This was your first flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Nick's first.
Oh,
flight.
you're kidding.
Yeah.
No, it was his first flight ever. And then they almost didn't let us leave because a light was out, and we had to wait an extra 20 minutes for them to change the light. It was,
okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she was worried that we were going to miss it, but we didn't miss our next flight.
Yeah. I was impressed that the cookies had the word Delta on it. Those were pretty good cookies.
Oh, that's a cookie. I thought you were holding a key tag.
Yeah, no, it's a cookie. It's pretty good. So this is where we went. So we started off in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
That river was not it.
No, it was really polluted and smoggy.
Yeah, I think we have a picture somewhere of the water. But,
Yeah, it's all brown.
Ew, really?
Yeah, and it was really smoggy. But so we went from New Orleans down to Rotan, Harvest Calle, Costa Maya, and Constable. Constable was the last one before we came home.
Uh-huh. Oh, you did the reverse of me then. You Cozumel was your last stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's Harvest Cave? Where's that? Harvest Cave.
It's right under Costa Maya.
Well, that I can
on it.
see.
Yeah.
It's part of.
It's still part of Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
This is the ship. It was the Norwegian cruise line of the Norwegian Getaway.
Wow.
You thought this was big? There was this ship called the Icon, and that was like 2 Norwegians put together.
Yeah, it was insane.
It was crazy.
It looked like a little mini city on the freaking water.
Oh, you're kidding.
It was
No,
That
it was
TV show Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah.
Isn't that another ship next to you in that photo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different one.
I don't know which one it was, but
So did you have a balcony room or?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
We got a
wow.
balcony room.
Yeah, the background is
Wow.
actually part of the balcony. I thought it would be fitting for today's episode.
Yeah, it looks good.
They had water slides on this cruise,
Look at that thing. Yeah.
and you can kind of see it. Let me see if I can list the blue and green ones on this side. Those were like a free fall one,
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
and
Wow.
I did it once, but I didn't really know what I was expecting because you step into it and it's like a cage, and they close you into a cage, and then out of nowhere the floor just caves in and you fall, and
Yeah.
then you go through this water slide, and I was like, oh my god, like my heart came, like I swallowed my heart. Like, it was just bad. And then the second time we wanted to do it, because he loved it, he absolutely loved it, and we went back up there, but when I looked at the floor this time, I saw like the gallows from what.
Uh-huh.
So I think I had like a past life like glimpse of something,
Mm-hmm.
because after that my body was like, get me out of here. I do not want to do this. Get me out of here. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I had to leave. But
Yeah.
Was this a what they call a young person's cruise?
I think so.
I mean, there was teens and kids. So yeah,
No,
I
but
would-
you didn't have
there
that
was-
many elderly though, did you?
There was elderly and there was adult only areas.
It was a mix.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
okay.
a mix.
Now look at that.
So this
Wow.
is from the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, those are lifeboats. Lifeboats pretty big.
Yeah, I guess they learned from the Titanic, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Laurie and I were both on the Titanic. Look at that.
Oh, like in a
Wow.
past life?
No, in a another dimension.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
She was my father, and I was the daughter.
huh.
Hmm.
I made it. He didn't.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Wow.
That was my first time ever seeing like the sea, like
Being surrounded
like
by
being
water.
surrounded by it. Like I saw it once during the road trip in California, but like that was just pure water. It was a whole lot of nothing but water. I was like, man, that's crazy.
Wow.
People just drive through this. Like,
Oh, those gift shops, right?
Yeah.
Or is this the museum?
This is like in the middle where
They
they
do-
have like all the shops and
the
stuff.
the stuff that was inside what's for the art auction. They do auctions on
Oh,
cruises.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just trying to show how big the inside was of the ship.
It did show the chandelier.
Yeah,
I like
sure.
chandelier a lot. They had a cool chandelier and changed colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very center of these ships feels like you're in a shopping mall. You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like a mini
Shopping mall.
Vegas.
Mhm.
So this is
Mississippi River.
the Mississippi
Yep.
River. You know how brown that is?
Yeah, it was gross.
Ew.
Well,
We were
you got
out
to think,
in the ports.
yeah, you had a lot of rainwater that washed down the Mississippi because there's been a lot of rain in Arkansas,
Yeah.
Right. all the-
Illinois, Missouri. So
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a lot
so
of getting
Ohio.
washed down into it.
What is that?
On this cruise they had like, have you ever seen Urban Air? It's like a
obstacle course.
obstacle course that's like in the air.
No.
Oh well, that was one of the attractions on the boat. And basically, what you do is you hook up on a harness, and then you go through the obstacle course.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: if the food doesn't kill you, then the obstacle course and the attraction.
I know there was a crazy part on this thing. They called it the plank or whatever, and freaking it was hanging off the side of the boat. Like
No.
yeah,
Yeah. I wanted to do it. Nick said no. He didn't want to do it.
I don't want to do that.
I don't think I would have either. That
This is good. I got some good sunset
I was
shots. And this was
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you plaster yourself with sunscreen?
Oh yeah, had to.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, this was one of the parties that they did. I think this was on Saturday. It was like the last party of the cruise.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. What in the world? Is that a watermelon?
Yeah. Yeah. At the cafe, they had a bunch of different watermelons and carvings. I took a picture of a couple of them.
That's great.
This was one of the things that we ate that we liked a lot. It was a mousse mint type of dessert. It was really good.
Oh my God! Don't show that to Sophia.
I saw it. Chocolate coming through.
Did they have? Let me ask you, because I did mine back in '95, not between '95 and 2000. But we had a chocolate bar. It was like, it was done at a weird time in the morning too. Huh. So it was like at 1 a.m. everybody went to the chocolate bar, and it was a buffet, and everything was done in chocolate.
Oh man, that sounds amazing. We didn't have nothing like that.
I mean, everything, and I'm like, talk about, a sugar rush at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
People stayed up for that, to deliberately go to that chocolate bar.
That sounds good. No, but we didn't have that. We had buffets, and then we can actually go to like a sit down restaurant, and then we had specialty meals where normally you would have to pay to go to that restaurant, but it came with our excursion package, so we got to do that.
Yeah, we got like 3 of them for free. Oh man, that first one we did, it tripped me up. And the manager came up to me. We were in our suit and dress, and he was like, "Are you ready for me?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I showed the menu. I was like, "Which one would you recommend?" And he looked at me and was like, "They're about to give you all of it." I looked at him. I'm like, "What you mean they're about to give me all of it?" I was like,
I felt so bad. There was so much.
Yeah, like that was way too much food even for me. It was good though, but yeah, I was not expecting them to give me everything off the menu like that. That was crazy.
So this green water is from Belize, which I thought was interesting. How the water changed as we kept going down.
Yeah, I hear Florida's water looks like that.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been to Florida, so I don't know.
Yeah.
This was on that was on a beach. Belize. Yeah, that was on one of the beaches that we were at.
Seeker of Truth is with us, and so is Claudette. Hi, Claudette. Hi, Seeker of Truth.
Hello.
Yeah, green. It's like emerald green isles. Emerald green isles.
Yeah, Belize was tiny. It was just an island.
Like literally, like you could walk the entire island.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had some parts like restricted though, because it was like naturey.
Yeah.
But that's basically the whole island. I was only missing a little bit out of that picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's interesting about that green water? Grand Cayman had it too. And what I thought was interesting is the description of emerald green. Mm-hmm. It's true because when you're looking down, you can see the fish clear down to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was my favorite part. It was the last day before we had to come back. There was in Cozumel, there was a reef, and that reef was full of fishes. And so I Nick bought me a last minute like snorkel set. And I was literally in the water for like 5+ hours, just swimming.
Yeah.
Somebody's snorkeling you right now with a tail.
I know. He's like, "Who are you talking to?"
Yeah, snorkeling is really cool in off of Mexico and down there. The further down you go in the Caribbean.
I saw like over 20 different types of fish. Yeah. And I kept trying to tell like Nick, like, come on, Nick, come on, let's go. He came out a little bit, but the waves were so strong, like by the edge of the water, that it threw him off. And he's like, "No, I'm okay."
Yep. I did a little bit, then it slammed me on my my derriere, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. This ain't for me."
I'm like, "If you come in deeper, it's fine." Mm-hmm. He's like, "Nope." I'm like, "Okay."
Hey, Robert, good to see you tonight. Got Robert V in the room.
Hey, Robert. So this is
look at that. Oh, isn't that nice?
Balcony, yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool.
And then
did you see any ocean life like whales or porpoise or dolphin or?
The only thing that we saw while we were on the ship were jellyfish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dolphins and whatnot. They didn't really come out.
Well, in my last cruise, I did see dolphins and flying fish swimming next to the boat,
Yeah.
but not on this one.
Well, I tell you, if I were a fish and I saw one of those big cruise ships, I'd think, Megalodon, run for your life!
I heard that the dolphins like swimming next to the boat because of the waves it makes. It's fun for them to swim by the boats.
Oh, cool.
But who knows?
Yeah.
So this is like a good kind of like a picture of the reef of where I was swimming. You can kind of see like here in this area.
Wait, are you sure that's one that you did? I feel like that wasn't it.
It was more down here where I was.
Yeah.
This is towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Were those like little shops?
Yes, literally tourist traps. Everything there was tourist. I had to tell this one guy in Spanish to like leave us alone because he kept hassling Nick, like, "Oh, are you sure? But maybe we can do this. But maybe we can." I'm like, "No."
Yeah, he was trying to sell me a sterling, supposedly a sterling silver bracelet for like $1,500. I just looked at him like, "You're insane."
You can bargain with them. You can actually say,
he dropped it all the way down to 500, but I was still like, no. I said 250, take it or leave it, and you didn't.
Did you do like a shore excursion, get in a cab and go into the island a little bit more?
No, that was available in Consumel because this is Consumel. This is like the bigger one.
That's the one that you swim in.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one was like a more bluish water, but
yeah, the water was super blue in this one.
But it was super see through, like it was super deep, but you could see at the bottom.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of fishes.
There he is. There's Aquaman. Look at that picture. Ugh.
Clothes on.
Me beat my chest. Ugh.
Oh, no.
You got him.
That's what it looks like. Go back to it. It does. That's what it looks like. Look at it.
I posed how she told me to pose.
Oh, really, Jasmine?
Yeah.
After the
show, on purpose.
After the show, focus.
After the show. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, this was when she got the snorkel. She went far out. I was like, she went super far out. She saw a bunch of stuff. She even saw like a stingray and like some type of rainbow trout or something like that. She said when it hit the sunlight, it would change like iridescent different colors.
Yeah, I saw like 20 different types of fish. And then since I was out there, I started picking up trash. And then this little fish, this little like striped fish would come out. He came out and looked at me, and then he swam this way, like, "Come follow me." And I'm like, "All right, fine." So I followed him. But the thing is, like, up by the coral, like the reef, the water is really strong, and the reef is really sharp. So, like, if you get too close, that water will smack you into the edge, and you'll end up breaking the coral, and then you'll be a bloody mess, and that won't be fun. So it took me in between, like, this, like, divot in the coral reef, and there was tons of like receipts, tons of napkins, tons of things. He's like, "Here, if you want to clean up, clean here." And I was like, this is too hard. There's no way I can clean all this.
So Nick, just out of curiosity, are you not into snorkeling or?
He can't swim.
I can't swim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Conquering my fears by going on a cruise for a week surrounded by water.
Fair.
Hey, you know what? I went hot air ballooning and I was afraid to fly.
Yeah.
So that's why I went on a hot air balloon. So I'm with you. I hear that.
I went in there too. It's just like
he went out to like right here.
I went a little farther, and then it hit me. Then it slammed me on my butt, and I was just like, "Nah, that's it."
Yeah.
I'm good. Like I'm not hearing it. I'm just understanding my limits.
Pool, Nick?
What?
Join a community pool with Jasmine, and the two of you go and teach each other a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? That's how you can overcome it. Go to like a community pool
where
you can hold on to the sides and eventually float out. Float over the top of Jasmine. Send her south.
Oh, God. Scotty's on one.
Oh, what's this? A pool? A pearl?
We'll go with Pearl.
Yeah, go with pearl. Are those clams?
Oh no, those were rocks. So we did see a couple things like sea urchins, clams.
Oh, I saw one of those. What is it called? The spiral clam shells, but something was inside it. So I didn't touch it, but it was huge. It was like this big.
Nice.
What's Grandpa Brian saying here? No,
It is. It's illegal to communicate with them.
Wait, really?
It is.
It is.
Where?
Dolphins.
Where is it
Everywhere.
illegal?
Okay, do you guys really want to know why it is illegal
Because
to
I
talk
grew
to
up.
dolphins?
I was born in Miami, and we
Dolphins
always
are
swam with dolphins and interacted with them.
Yeah,
Because you want to know, because
Yeah.
before Atlantis fell, they actually downloaded all their consciousness and knowledge into dolphins.
Really?
So dolphins carry that in their genetic code and can communicate that to us. That's why they do not want us talking to dolphins.
Wow.
So they.
The government.
Talk to dolphins.
So I'm just like flabbergasted here because my family swam with dolphins in Miami, off of Coral Gables.
I hear they can actually increase your infant's intelligence if you get birth with dolphins. Because they do something with frequencies.
Gone completely upside down. Alrighty. I've never heard that. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that law. Good thing you told me, because I'd be like swimming right up to him. I'd be busted. 64-year-old chick gets busted on cruise line for interfering with dolphins. God. What do we got here? A wine grape farmer? Or?
This is part of Belize. They have like an animal exhibit.
Oh, nice. A parrot.
Yeah, this poor guy wanted out. He was like, I'm not having it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This one has a iguana.
Oh, they are so cool. There's a dude in my neighborhood that walks one down the middle of the driveway.
Really?
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
so
on a
cool.
leash. It's on a leash.
I didn't know iguanas could do that.
Yeah, they're really affectionate. I saw one. My friend, he used to have an iguana, and it used to like go like this to be picked up, and I was just like, that's crazy. This was a toucan. Can't really see him.
Wow.
He was little.
Aww.
He was little.
Baby toucan.
Yeah, and then they had a butterfly exhibit, which was
very. Yeah, we didn't expect that.
Yeah.
We had the really cool blue ones. I think I caught one mid-flight, but they were super shiny. I really liked them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a blue morpho.
Yeah.
There's that one right there. Yeah.
Big wings. They have big spots on.
Yeah, that's a blue morpho.
That's pretty. That's cool.
Yeah, tons of the owl ones.
Mm-hmm. Those are big.
And they're not closed in or screened in. They just like to hang out there, huh?
No, they're screened in. It's in a little hut.
They're actually not scared of people at all. They're flying all around me.
So this is we actually got.
Oh, that's the big
ship.
one.
Yeah.
That's the big ship.
That's huge.
That's the double decker one.
If you look at this ship next to this one, it's like two of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I see what you mean.
Wow.
Yeah, that thing was a double decker. Like I said, it's like a mini city.
Look at that.
All right, which one of you went onto the bow and stuck your chest out, started humming the music from Titanic?
Who was that? That was probably me. Here's the flamingo.
Oh yeah, we got to get super close to these.
Carivarius. Cariverate?
Oh, so here might be something metaphysical. We did the Mayan cleanse in Costa Maya.
What is a Maya cleanse?
So it was like someone that appeases to the Mayan gods or like the Mayan pantheon. So a shaman or a priest from that religion comes out, and they have like this spa area, and you take a coconut bath, then they give you like a head and neck massage, then you go into the sauna where he started like drumming and chanting like a prayer. Luckily I know Spanish, so I know what he was chanting. And usually when I interact with stuff like that that's kind of spiritual, I have one of my guides step in and be like, hey, is this safe? What do you think about this? And then if she deems it safe or deems it okay, then I participate. If not, then I just kind of like listen and like, observe and stuff. But the crazy thing about that is that's where I got this like mark on my arm. And I went to the doctors to ask about them, and the lady's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Well, that's what I'm here to see you for." And she's like, "That is bizarre." And I'm just like, "So what you got?" What you got for me?
Was that from the massage?
We're not really sure what it was from.
All I know is that after that day, that's when this came up.
Huh.
Yeah.
But
my
you're not having any...
experience, my experience was more energy related. I mean, what I felt while doing it, it felt no different than Reiki. You're taking out the bad stuff, put in good stuff.
Yeah, the prayer was really simple. It was like appealing to the elements. It was like fire, burn up all our fears. Water, flow through our veins, and it was very basic.
It was like a cleansing / transformation type of ritual, which
that
threw me off,
familiar,
really.
Doesn't it, Sophia? It sounds a little familiar.
I mean, she has the audio that you might be able to hear it if you got it on your phone. It's on my phone?
Mm-hmm.
How do I get it? Since when?
This is the dolphin. They have dolphin excursions too. The dolphins were really tiny though.
Nah, the trippiest part about that whole cleanse thing for me though is like, you know how my energy is usually all like fiery and very bursty and like flames, you know? But mine transformed into like metal, which I was not expecting at all from me. I thought it'd be like magma or something, like, you know, something fire related, but no, it turned into like a metal. So like I like energetically I gained these wings. They look, best way I can describe it is they were layered together, but they looked like blades. And it was like a whitish silvery steel type look. And it was just wings instead. They're like mechanical, like that's the best way, but like organic. It's very hard to explain. and then another pair like on the bottom grew. So I just had these four. I just had this set of wings, just came out of nowhere. And then during the Reiki 3 attunement, it enhanced it even more. Then instead of my like energy being all buzzing and like fiery and bursty, like I was explaining, it got refined. It's almost like instead of me like being the fire in the forge, I became the alloy that was getting made by the forge. So like I was steel at one point, but then it turned me into something like carbon fiber. I got my energy got really denser, but more flexible, if that makes sense. Like stronger, but lighter.
Huh.
So that's the best way I can describe it. It's very bizarre. I've been still like tinkering with it because it's a new feeling to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was noticing something. Lucky Stone says we humans have abused dolphins. You know, we have such a simpatico relationship with them that there are special education programs in Special Olympics too, where disabled children can benefit from swimming with the dolphins and interacting with them. They're very therapeutic and they love it. The dolphins actually love it. They're like they have the same kind of DNA that a puppy dog would have, or a dog, and but I've never heard of abusive treatment of them. But I'm sure they are like anything in life, but they really are friends. And I remember being a dolphin in my one of my incarnations. So I have that memory. But no, they're very playful and very affectionate and very caring. They actually, if someone's in distress, they'll go out and help the person and carry them back to shore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're just so human-like in the way in which they interact with you.
Yeah.
I miss them.
Yeah, so after the transformation thing, I looked at a couple of gods. The only one that has wings in mine is the Quetzalcoatl, which is it's a serpent that does the Ouroboros thing with the whole head eating the tail. That's the only winged creature that I know of. So if something gave me wings, I would assume it's that, but I don't know. And then there was a rain god also that Jasmine was getting tapped into. Let me see if I have the name somewhere.
That wasn't a dragon you were describing with the thin blade like that?
So like the Quetzalcoatl sounds more like a seraphim more so than a dragon. It's a snake with wings. So from what I know in mythos, that's a seraphim.
Mm-hmm.
A bit different than a dragon, but the rain god is called. Now, excuse me if I mispronounce it, but it's Chaac, Chaac. It's a really important deity in Mayan religion, especially in the Yucatan region. He's known for he's a deity of agriculture and rain and giving water. So that's who I think she tapped into. Yeah. But I also have maybe you, Sophia, or someone. I have the chant. She recorded it, so if y'all are cool with me sharing it, maybe you guys will know what it's about. All right, here we go. Tierra, tu cuerpo, agua, tu sangre, aire, tu aliento. Can they hear it?
Yeah, I heard it loud and clear.
Okay.
Can you play it one more time, Nick?
Okay.
I'll turn my volume up a little. Huh.
I think it's interesting that he ends with Aho,
Uh-huh.
because that's Native American, at least is what little exposure I've had to that.
The whole thing sounded more Native American to me.
I know that means fire. Oh.
What'd you say, Theresa?
I said it reminded me of a Native American, Northern American chant that I've heard before from different tribes at their tribal festivals, and there was migration, up northward. They now think that everything migrated more north than south, and so could just be leftover worship and ritual type chanting that you hear in other indigenous populations in the United States.
Yeah, from what I know, both the Mayans and the Aztecs actually made villages in North America.
Yes.
Parts of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they linked up with the Native Americans and they shared lore. And and with the integration came with some certain languages mixing. I could see that.
Well, you had some Asian influx coming in from the northern hemispheres, and then you had the southern movement going north instead of migrating south. They had it backwards. But anyway, yeah, that's what you actually saw in your thoughts. The gods, they're gods.
Yeah. We both tapped into one of them.
So they presented themselves to you through that, that vibration, that frequency. Yeah. Fascinating.
Yeah, my guess is that they pinged that we're a metaphysical practitioner, so they showed themselves, is my guess.
Now, Jasmine, let me ask you about your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Had you been having issues with it?
No, I remember I was having issues with my back before that.
Yes, your back. You and Sophia both were having back issues at around the same time. But your shoulder, no history of any injury or illness there?
No. I mean, I have a picture of it on here towards the end, because you can't really see it with the camera. Here, hold on.
Oh, that looks like veins.
That's what I thought.
It was weird because there's these spots on it too, but there's a little bit on this shoulder, but the most of it's on this one. But we tried to Google image it, and it said it was stretch marks, but it's not stretch marks because it's not you don't have the ridges. It doesn't. The thing is that it doesn't feel like anything.
So you're not having any pain with it or any kind of.
Nope, nothing. Absolutely no symptoms.
It's just there.
It's just there. It just looks bizarre because
It'd be interesting to see if it goes away, because what the thought that occurred to me was that they're having an almost Reiki-like ritual, as you were saying. You felt the energy going in and pushing it out.
Yeah,
So maybe it's pushing something out of your system or out of your body, and they were doing a healing on you, and you didn't even know it.
maybe.
But
Yeah.
who knows?
That's what makes sense to
Well,
me.
I had a different friend who is into this stuff, and when she tapped into it, she said she couldn't help me because they told her that she was meddling. So she's like, I can't. I was like, okay, that's all right.
Okay. You get anything on that, Sophia? You pick up anything on that?
Not really. I just think the timing is very interesting.
Yeah.
Perhaps past life. I don't know. I'd have to spend some one-on-one time with Jasmine if she's open to it to see if we can get anything to come forward. But initially, I've never seen anything like that happen before.
Yeah. I tried tapping into it too, and I'm not getting like any like weird feeling from it. So right now, I'm just like waiting it out until I get more information.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna worry about it, but I got more spots on my thighs, and I was just like, the hell is this? So that's why I went to a doctor to be like, what's happening? And they're just like, we have no idea. Just watch it. If it gets better, great. If it gets worse, go to the ER immediately. And I'm like,
what?
Yeah, if it's not painful and it's not itching and it's not having any other kind of transformation, it'd be interesting to see if it just goes away. It could be a combination of the salt that's in that water, the sunlight, and whatever lotion you were using, plus I don't know.
She tried telling me that it might have been the sunblock, like. But then I was like, wouldn't it be opposite though? Like, wouldn't that area be lighter and the skin around it darker because of the sunblock? But who knows? They were like, as long as it's not, because it's not burning, it's not itching, it doesn't protrude, it doesn't concave, it doesn't sting. So they're just.
Where is your ancestral DNA from, Jasmine? With Baroquio, are you?
That's Italian.
Italian? Okay. So nothing tied to the Hispanic or Latino. Well,
she has Hispanic too.
Yeah,
so.
I do have Hispanic in me. Not Spaniard. I don't think it's Spaniard. I think it's like Mexican.
That could be some reactivation of DNA. Well, interesting. Keep us posted. Let us know how it goes. That's just the timing of that is just really wild.
It was like right after it, because like I have pictures of where it was there before I went into the snorkeling thing, but
because that's what I thought it was at first. Because I'm like, well, the only thing that we didn't do together was that, and it's nothing's on me. So, but yeah, she told me she had it before that, so I was like, oh,
yeah. But that was our little excursion.
Did you get the moon smiling? I thought that was cool. Did they see that one?
Yeah, I put it up there. The moon.
I think it was that one.
The moon.
I thought this was cool because it was like as soon as the cruise started, and I work with Nick's, so in my perspective, that was Nick's like saying have a good trip.
Nice. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, right. It looks great, like
a perfect half moon. But you know what? I seldom see them vertical to horizontal. Usually a half moon is, this way, vertical.
Yeah.
That's underneath. That's interesting. Location of where you were, I guess.
Yeah, probably because I was by the equator, maybe.
We saw jellyfish, but I don't think she ever touched one.
Well, you don't want to touch a jellyfish.
You don't want to touch them.
The chat is asking if you touched one. I was like, no, it didn't happen.
No, I saw a stingray, but
Greetings, Richard. Thanks for joining us.
Well, that's all we got. Besides that, we got the Reiki 3.
Oh, no. There's a picture of the two of you on the beach. We got to see that one.
Which one's that?
This one?
Oh, that one?
That is the cutest picture.
This one?
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
I was getting blinded in that picture.
I love that picture. Yeah,
I lost the amber piece too. I don't know if you see it on my necklace, but the amber piece was like, I guess it went there. I guess there's just what it was like. It's like, I like you there. I'm staying here. I'm like, oh.
Did you get that cross on the trip?
I got it on all my relations.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had it for a while.
Love that cross. Just love it.
Yeah.
Laurie was admiring it too. She liked it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, I lost a piece of it though. I was like, the way I see it is when a stone does that, it's because you don't need it anymore, or it's connected to the place, or wants to be connected to the place. So I just saw
And
that.
I like that one in the middle too. Of you guys, can you see my pointer?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that one.
I look awful in this one, Theresa.
I don't think you look awful. I love the expression. You're both like weeping on a cruise and nah. That's a good one. Well, that's quite the adventure. Sounds like you guys had a great time. Yeah. Will you ever go on another one? You think?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Need to save up some money though, man. Cruises are expensive. Jeez.
Yeah.
Did they have a drink of the day?
Yeah.
Did you get the drink of the day every day?
Yes.
Yeah, we got the drink package, so
That was...
we had alcohol like every day.
You gotta go. You gotta get the drink package. You just got the others, Nick.
Yeah.
You just gotta get it.
Yeah.
We didn't get drunk, but like when we went, like for breakfast, we had mimosas.
I got
and then
tipsy.
like for dinner, we had other drinks. But
I got tipsy a couple times, especially during the rocking. Oh my god.
oh yeah.
There was one day where it was starting to storm a little bit and it was rocking the boat, and I just so happened to also have alcohol that day. I did not have fun that day.
Yeah. You were more sensitive to the seasickness than I was.
I like the skeet shooting off the tail end of the fantail of the boat.
Oh yeah.
Of the ship, shoot skeeting. Yeah, it was fun. I missed everything, but it was fun.
Yeah, they had a camera on the front of the boat too, so you saw like on the TV they had a channel for it. You could see like the front POV
the camera
of the boat. Yeah,
that was scary because you would see like the waves like crash up, and you're just like, ugh.
Oh, they got high too. I'm talking like higher than our room, and we were on like the 11th floor.
Yeah,
there was some big waves.
Did they have? Did you go to any casino nights? Did they have casinos?
They did have casinos.
They had a casino, and they did some like pool prizes.
And they also had like shows. Like they had a comedy show, and they had like a couple of Broadway shows.
They had some music, like kickback places too.
Yeah.
They also did trivia. What else they do?
Well, that's nice.
The comedy club. I think you said that one. What else?
They had a lot.
Yeah, they had a lot.
Did they have shows at night so you could go to theater and see shows?
Yeah, they even had a Wheel of Fortune and Deal or No Deal, and you could participate in it and win cash prizes.
Oh, that sounds like a blast. You had more than I had on mine. They've come away. We didn't have those kind of swimming pools and tubes, and boy, they've really modernized. They've really come a long way.
The water slide.
Yeah,
water slides were fun. They were way faster than I thought they were going to be.
I've never seen that. I mean, I've never been on. For one thing, my cruise ship was nowhere near that size.
Oh, like the way how big it is?
They've gotten so much bigger. Yes. Wow. My sister and her husband used to take a cruise with another couple or two couples almost every year.
Really?
They did a cruise.
Actually, I'd use the runes. So I told Sophia this during the runes class, but like where the stairs were with the water slide, the wind was, you know how the wind makes that stuff like that rock. I wasn't having it, so I drew urus right on that thing. It went woof, and it stopped. It just stopped. I was like, "Thank you." I'm glad this works.
I actually won $175 off of one of the slot machines on the ship.
Oh, that's not bad.
It paid for my excursions, for some of my excursions. Yeah, it was worth it. Yeah, but it's not something I would want to do every day or every night.
No.
But it is an experience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then like especially like how dark it was out in the ocean.
Oh man, it was nothing.
He was like, you can't even see anything.
There's nothing here.
Yeah, and there's these people talking about how like right next to us during the cafe, they're talking about how this guy was lost at sea for 20 hours.
Oh yeah.
Bobbing. And someone eventually saw him and they picked him up. I was just thinking, I'm like, imagine being in this whole 20 hours and it just gets pitch black like that. That would be scary.
It's like The Expanse, it's just there's nothing there. Well, you can connect. It's a wonderful time and an opportunity to connect. And if you can pull that moon energy, and if you have a good, strong moon,
Like this. It was like all dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope for mermaids and not sirens, I guess. Like,
It was funny because like every time I tried to ground or like I tried to connect, I would connect to like the boat and I would feel the rocking of the boat and I'm like, yeah, not doing that. And so then I would just like pay attention to like the marine life.
Oh yeah,
and that was better.
I did that a couple times too, accidentally grounding myself too hard.
Yeah.
I could feel the entire boat moving. Yeah, that felt weird.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Oh,
well, thank you for sharing that with us. I really appreciate it. It's something fun to. We can use a little levity right now in society. You know?
Yeah.
And just keep in mind that everything has an order to it eventually. You know, things might be upside down, but eventually we have a way of right sizing and working our way through it. It's so much. This is a wonderful way, if you can afford it, to spend your time, spend your energy, even if it's only for a week or 10 days. It gets you into the ocean. It gets you in. I enjoyed watching. You didn't go to Jamaica. I actually left Mexico and we went into Jamaica and Ocho Rio. You know, they have the waterfall that you climb up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk into the falls and you get bathed in the falls, and that's very grounding experience. And we rented a cab and took a tour up the mountain. And one side is very fancy, the other side's really run down, but these dogs are running wild through the town. You know, that was a cute photo. But yeah, it just gets you grounded, you know, and it's a wonderful way to spend some time away from all the chaos, you know. So congratulations, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you don't have to go full blown a whole week. They got like 2-day cruises that you could take.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only like, I don't know, like depending on how much you want to get, they can range from like 1,000 to 1,500. Like so, it's like it's doable if you know.
Yeah.
Well, I went over the top. We got a bunch of stuff, and for like a balcony for a whole week, that was. We
hey, you guys!
Yeah.
There she is. Hi.
Sorry, I got hung up with some tires on my car, but it's all good. It works great.
Did you get what you wanted? Did you get what you wanted?
Yeah. Oh, you bet. Yeah. Looks like you guys had an amazing time.
Oh yeah, we did.
You
didn't get stung by a jellyfish, did you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you know, Laurie.
Laurie
might have something there. You might have that. Might be a jellyfish thing you got on your shoulder.
I kind of looked it up because I caught you guys' action here a little bit. It looks like it might have something to do with some kind of a tick or flea bite.
Oh,
yeah. Mm-hmm. So check it out. I Googled it, your symptoms, and it came up with some type of tick.
I went to the doctors and she couldn't. She was just like, that is so bizarre. She's like, just keep an eye on it because it doesn't hurt, it doesn't sting, it doesn't burn, doesn't do anything. It's not protruding and it's not like concaved or anything. And she touched it and she tried like pinching it and she like scratched at it and she's like, just keep an eye on it. If you start having any symptoms at all, go to the ER immediately, especially if it was overseas. And I was like, no.
Yeah. Crazy. Did you guys talk about your Reiki thing? Your guys's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We can talk about that more.
Well, did you guys see the picture of you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We showed it to everyone.
Okay, great. Because I had it loaded.
Great.
Yeah.
They had a copy of it and
oh, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, great shot. Yeah. Awesome. What's it feel like to be a Reiki master? Holy crap.
I feel strong. I feel like I could butt down if I really tried.
Awesome. Well, that's a lot of dedication. That's a lot of paying attention. That's showing up for your certifications. And yeah, that's pretty amazing stuff. So good.
Jim looks really good in that picture.
Doesn't he?
Yeah. Wasn't he going through a bout of illness a couple months ago?
I don't know if it was a couple of months ago. I think it was longer than that. He's actually been feeling pretty good, like lately.
Oh, good.
From what I've been asking them.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys had a wonderful time?
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Good. We're all sitting here getting it done, and you guys are off having fun.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful
to hold down the fort.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to Source that we missed all of the thunderstorms.
Cool.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Did you get seasick?
I did once. Yeah. I was tipsy, and it was the boat was rock. We had these bracelets that hit your certain on your wrists, and then that helped. And on top of that, we had a medication that we brought too. That was also for sickness.
Yeah, Dramamine or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. We were pretty prepared. Yeah, we were prepared. We thought ahead.
Yeah. So it took you a while to get your sea legs. Then I take it.
Honestly, I was fine for the majority. It was just that one day. I think it was on like Thursday. It was like more than halfway through the cruise. That's when it happened.
He told us tonight he doesn't swim.
Yeah.
So here he is in this big ship in the middle of this huge.
You don't. What do you mean you don't swim? You don't know how to swim, or you don't swim?
I sink like a rock, even in salt water. I don't get it.
That's because you're more muscle mass than you are anything. That's why you would sink.
Oh.
You don't have any body fat to keep you afloat, so that people who are very lean have a tendency to drop into the water pretty quickly.
Oh.
So yeah, you're just got a lean body there, Nick.
I need to figure it out then.
You didn't take your floaties with you?
I had a life vest, but I didn't think we were going to get into the water. I thought,
man, are you kidding me?
And
I'd be in the water the whole time.
And I didn't have it. I was just like, oh, okay.
It wouldn't have been good with him either because the waves were so bad. He would have floated off. He would need like a tether.
Yeah.
I said you're the tether, but he'd be pulling you down.
I'd be like Jasmine swimming with the fish the whole time trying to talk to him and like, hey, what's going on over here? What's your name?
This bag that was like silvery.
Mm-hmm.
She would swim circles around me. So she would swim circles like everywhere.
Oh, she was checking you out. What is this? A human?
She was cool. I think the coolest thing that they told me was because it started raining and it started like kind of storming.
Mm-hmm.
And the fish, they kept telling me like, get out. They're like, it's time to get out of the water. You get out, right? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm having fun. I was like, I don't care about some rain. And they're like, no, things come out in the storm. Get out.
Oh shit.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's good. You guys enjoyed yourself, had a good time, let loose, ate good, I take it.
Yeah.
How was the food? Was that wonderful or what?
Oh, it was so good.
Good drinks, plenty of them?
Yeah. There's some, food-wise, there was some swing and misses. But,
oh, okay.
But like for the most part, it was pretty good, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to meet us.
Yeah. I bought them last week and they called and said, oh, Friday at 4:30. And I was like, but I needed to get them because I had a leak in one of the tires. So it was a must. It was a safety thing. So I had to get it done. Yep. Couldn't mess around with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and our cruise wasn't that expensive. We got a deal on it when I called because this was like a last minute thing because they try to fill them up like 3 months before they leave or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's different packages. It just depends on what room you want. And since I got seasick the last time I was on a cruise, I needed like a balcony because it's something about motion sickness. That's why most people that have motion sickness, you have to sit in the front of the car because you see the horizon and you can like your brain can anticipate where you're going. So if I when we were stuck in like a little window room like this, I called it the washing machine room because like all you see is the water just swishing and swashing.
I can actually explain this because I did my homework. I actually have a lot of cruise I have a lot of cruise knowledge, but I can explain what she's talking about. So parts of the boat that you would want to avoid room wise if you can is in the back and on the bottom floors.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's where the most motion comes from is on the back of the boat and on the bottom floors. So
funny you should say that.
Yeah, so we got something on an elevated floor. I think out of like 17 floors, I think we were in floor 11. So we got decently high, and then on top of that, we were more so in the middle of the boat rather than in the back of it.
We had a suite. We had a suite that was like on the 7th or 8th floor, and it was off the fantail with a big balcony.
Whoa.
So you were watching the wake behind you as you were sitting out there watching the sun come down. Big wake, and me and my friend's cousin spent the night out there on lounges under the stars, just so we could have that sensation of rocking and hearing the wake. Puts you right to sleep. But then I grew up around boats all my life, so I don't have, but I'll tell you one thing. Did you all notice when you came off the ship for the first couple of days, you were like walking sideways?
That happened to her. I was fine. That happened to her though.
Did you see any whales in the water or anything like that when you were looking out in the ocean?
I don't think we saw any whales.
You didn't see anything out there?
The last cruise I did, I saw like dolphins and I saw like flying fish. Like the fish would like jump out and they would glide and then they would go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
cool.
The only thing I saw while on the boat was seaweed and jellyfish.
Okay, all right.
We also saw a couple of birds. It was weird birds, but
You would think you're out there in the middle of, we saw plenty. We saw whales, we saw dolphin, and I think it's the time of year.
I think so.
I think you're in an off season kind of, yeah.
It was probably that mixed with the fact that we were literally out racing the storms that was happening. Like as soon as we left Indiana, I think like 5 hours later they canceled all flights because of the storming in Indiana.
The Atlantic is cold.
Yeah, and then once we were on the boat, we were like a day ahead of the storm. So like certain other cruises, they had to cancel their stops.
Yeah,
so we were like a day in front of it. So like we got to see everything.
Yeah, speaking about cold, we got back. I was freezing. Brian's like, what's wrong? Is it cold? I'm like, it's freezing.
Yeah, you have to get acclimated.
Yeah.
I watched a thing on YouTube. I was curious about the process that they go through when they bring like all the food on and all the inner workings of those cruise ships and things like that. So it was fascinating how much food and drink they bring on, how the passengers disembark and embark on, and the routines that they go through, even the wastewater and everything. And those are taken out in tankers. That's kind of interesting, but yeah, it was fascinating. I got real curious about it, so I checked it all out.
Oh yeah. One of the biggest tips I would recommend before going on one is make sure you have your passport. If you plan on getting off the boat, make sure you have your passport, because if you miss the boat and you don't have your passport, well, you're in an awkward position.
If you're not in the United States, you better have that thing glued to you. I know that one. I was in Italy. My sister and I went to Italy, Rome, Venice, Florence. An amazing experience. Went to the Vatican, walked through all that, St. Mark's Square, all of that stuff. You can't even like change money or do anything without your passport. So yeah. Super important stuff.
Yep. That and the card the cruise gives you, those are basically your lifelines throughout the entire trip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's good.
They drive on the opposite. They're kind of like the UK. They drive on the opposite side of the car.
I
had a heart attack.
Yeah, what's also weird about Italy? They have these spots where, like during certain times, it's like pedestrians only. So if you can't read Italian and you drive your car through there, they will literally send you a bill to the States saying that you violated this traffic law. You need to pay this X amount of money, or you can't go back to Italy.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah.
They drive like that in these islands too. And so like in Jamaica, they're going around this mountain and there's no railings. There's no guardrails.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And they drive on the opposite side of the road. So one's coming.
That would be so confusing, wouldn't it? You guys, could you do that? That would be tough.
Adjusted, yeah, for sure.
No, this guy our driver was a maniac.
Most cab drivers are.
I heard there's a lot of places,
especially in other countries.
But I'm sitting there and I'm like looking at nothing but crevice the whole time. They're crazy. Some of these places.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure glad you guys enjoyed your trip, and thanks for sharing it with us. Yep.
Yeah, happy to share. It was
Excuse me.
Yep. a lot of first times for me in a lot of things. First time out of country, first time on a plane, first time in the sea, first time going to ABCD. Yeah, it was a lot of
Cool.
fun.
Yeah.
You'll never forget it. Yeah, that's great.
And
Would
then
you do it again?
Oh yeah, I would do it again. I
Yeah.
need to plan my money.
Yeah.
So this stuff got expensive. I think we dropped like almost $6,000.
No, it's like
Yeah.
Like $5,000.
That's about
That's
right.
easy.
That's about right.
Easy
Yeah.
to spend that kind of money. Yeah.
You start getting up into and you had a stateroom.
Yeah.
You had a suite. Now
Nice.
you get into in season, not off season. That price goes up.
No, well.
Okay, and then if you go to 10 days instead of 7 days, you're talking about a $10,000 cruise
Wow.
for two.
Yeah.
I heard they do yearly cruises. Like there's cruise lines that go the entire year. So I can't even imagine how much that would be.
I heard one time that these people that retired, instead of paying a retirement home, they paid for cruises back to back.
That's what my sister. Back to back.
Some people live on them. They're retired and they live on them.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, shutting me off here in this environment. This fan is kicking up all the stuff that's been moved around in the living room. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hang in here, but.
Are you guys almost through here?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we showed the cruise stuff, and then after
Okay.
that, we showed the Reiki thing. So
Awesome.
But we have some announcements from Sophia, right?
Okay. Yeah, let's have it. Sophia.
Excellent. There is a new Zoom offering that is starting on the alternate Mondays. Because right now, Mondays, second and fourth Monday, via Zoom for an hour and a half, we navigate the tarot, do different spreads, talk about it. And then the alternate, the first and the third Monday, is going to be guides and gifts. So there's been a lot of people that have been coming forward, a lot of people waking up, and some of them are like, please tell me I'm not going crazy. And I'm like, well, I don't have a medical license, so we're just going to talk and our way through it. And that's going to start on Zoom. It's $20. I take payment via Zelle. And then Tuesdays, I do phone readings and Zoom readings. And then Wednesdays, we're at the shop for the healing circle. And then Thursdays is in person with the runes talk at the shop. And that's the first and third Thursdays. And in May, in person, we'll be doing numerology. And this is more of an intensive, but an easy one. So people are going to be working with their own names, their own birthdays, coming up with their destiny numbers, their soul urge. I mean, it's very know thyself 100. I love numerology. So that's going to happen at the shop. That's in May. And then Mayfest is coming up. So if anybody's in the area for Camp Chesterfield, Mayfest is the 17th, 18th, which is Saturday, Sunday. And then we're having what's called a rhythm party at the Labyrinth Friday the 16th from 4 until 8. And basically bring your own beverage, non-alcoholic, bring your own chair, bring your own drum, and raising the vibration at Camp Chesterfield doing that. And then I'm doing in-person readings at Camp Chesterfield Friday afternoons and Saturdays, and then I'm at the shop on Sundays. And I allowed my husband to get a rescue dog because I've been gone all the time, and both of them are happy as punch getting pictures from the couch. They are having a good time. So
Bubby?
Yeah, Bubby is the name.
He's got patches over both eyes.
He's adorable.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he's knock on wood. This counts. He's acclimating very well. So
good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Birds, let's go.
Good.
Thank you for letting me do that shout out.
Of course. How are you doing, Brian? How was your week?
rough. Worked late every night.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least you're working and you're not bored.
Yeah, except for Monday. I took
Uh-huh.
off work Monday because I did not want them to work me late because I had Reiki class that night.
That's a good idea.
So I took off Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Paid for it the rest of the week, but hey, I was off
Yeah.
Monday.
Right on. Good for you. That's good. Well, guys, I'll take you out tonight, and I don't know what we're going to do next week, but whatever we come up with will be spirit led. We kind of had a light couple of weeks here because both Theresa and I just had so much on our plates and a lot going on.
Yeah.
But we'll focus back onto the spiritual enlightenment type show. But thought this would be fun for you guys, to see what Nick and Jasmine did, and that's cool. And
Yeah,
glad
it's
you had a
really
good
cool. Thank
time.
you.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say a quick shout out to Hannah and Zach for watching the cats while we were gone.
True.
That was-
Yay, good people they are.
True,
Yeah.
clutch, and we
I
greatly
was going to
appreciate
say,
that.
how are they? We haven't
Awesome.
seen them in a while. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're doing good. She's doing her massage therapy thing, so she's trying to do like her own thing without
Good.
working through like a middleman.
Good
Uh-huh.
for her.
Yeah, that will work out really good.
Yeah. I bet she's
That's awesome.
really good at what she does, both of them.
Oh yeah, she
Real
is.
good people. Yeah.
Like
Awesome.
I know her personally, so yes.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I would too if I could be there. If I lived in Indiana, I would too every other week.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
has a clientele with the Colts.
Oh, cool.
So, just to show
Yeah.
you,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Not to name drop or anything, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
she's worked hard. I feel like the flex is in order.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The last time I saw Zach, he had cut all of his hair off and had it really
Yeah.
short.
Oh, he
Yeah.
looks so good.
Got rid of
I
his
really
beard. He
liked.
didn't
Oh,
have
I
his
loved
beard.
it.
And I'm like, I
Yeah.
didn't know who he was. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh.
That's awesome. All right, you guys. Well, I guess we'll see y'all next week, and you'll
That's right.
check on
Well, no,
Thursday.
next week is
I'm sorry, the week after, because Easter. Yeah, my mom's birthday is on Easter this year, so
yeah.
we'll be at a place called the Stonehouse Inn and having a really nice brunch out on the
Yeah.
patio. Pretty cool
Yeah,
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll see you after Easter. Everybody
See you
enjoy
after
your
Easter,
Easter. Yep. Have a
Yep.
wonderful weekend. I know Robert V has a lot going on with Milky Way. He's got Saturday Night Live this week. Check it out over there. And I think Lucky Stone is doing something with
Courtney.
Yes, thank you, Courtney. I was trying to remember her show title. So anyway, hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time. So be safe and love each other, and peace.
Bye.
Later.
Love everyone.
Bye,
Take care.
y'all.
Bye-bye.